Hello, and welcome to our new series, Where Are They Now? Where I interview amazing past clients to see what happens after the coaching process has taken place and there's been some time in between, and how this still continues to possibly impact you throughout the rest of your life. And I'm here with this beautiful, amazing woman, Krista Lindquist. Hi, Krista.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Tara.
Thanks for being here. And let's just start off with how long has it been since since you coached with me? Like close to a year?
It almost has been a year. Yeah, we're nearing up on that.
And then
So,
I, and then how long did you coach with me? Were you a member of my mastermind?
yes, I did the full year with you. I also did one of your yoga teacher trainings right before that and started with the 90 days. So, I'd say that was a good year and a half. Um,
Yeah.
and God bless it, the timing too. We started during COVID, and that was really the time that I needed it. As the world was shutting down, I
Yeah.
needed a way
That
to
was
pivot and transform my business, and you certainly helped me do so.
Thank you. Well, that was one of the questions I kind of wanted to kick off with, like, you know, what life was like before you ever worked in the transformation coaching with me in transformation coaching.
Sure. Well, actually, the divine timing of us meeting in person was right when I was leaving the corporate world and starting my yoga business. And so I started following you at that time, and I kicked off my business teaching yoga in a lot of workplaces and stressful environments, helping organizations develop their employee wellness programs. And over that year, I was following you on Facebook and social media and just kind of getting like, oh, what is this Transformation Terror all about? What's her program about? And when COVID hit in 2020, that was when I knew, like, oh, this is now the time I need to work with her because I was not able to teach in person anymore. My business had to totally pivot to survive the pandemic. I had to move online and I really didn't know how to. And that's exactly what you helped me do. I mean, every step of the way, you helped me set everything up so that I could reach a broader audience online. I could work remotely. You helped me build the confidence to, cut my ties from where I was living and go live on the road in the RV with my daughter. And we had such an amazing
Okay,
adventure. And I was able to work that whole time. It was so amazing.
thank you. So I love that you're going right forward, excited about the story. But so life before we worked together, you were living in a home in Minneapolis, the Twin Cities area,
Yep.
and you had just left. You just were leaving corporate America, teaching yoga, and you weren't sure where business was going to go next. And what life is like was like after that or now, like what were some transitions that took place? You just said
Sure.
you started, go ahead. You sold
Right.
your
Well,
home.
first of all, yeah, and even before that too, I think I was struggling with how to reach and build my coaching program too as a certified coach. And so that was just a perfect fit to work with you and learn how to not only do that, but how to do it online. And then that gave me the confidence and the freedom to realize I don't need to stay in this place. I can go and travel too and enjoy and, live this adventure and connect with people all over the country, all over the world online and still work and live my best life. And if it weren't for your support and your, boosting my confidence and heck yeah, you can do whatever you want to do, I probably wouldn't have had the courage to then, right, sell my house in the Twin Cities, buy an RV, which I've never used one before until I bought one, and go live with my daughter on the road. It was just a life changing, forever memorable experience. And the fact I was able to do that and build my business and finish writing a book all at the same time was just, words can't describe like how magical that whole year and a half was.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And it is so important to share with people, like, that you don't even know what's going to happen when you first like join the Magical Manifestation Mastermind, the program I run, because we never know where it's going to take you. And look at, who would have known that you'd be selling your home, traveling the country, creating an online portable business, which I'm really passionate about. And I know you are too. One of the things we've found that we valued together was freedom. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's a huge part of our lives, and it's a huge part of what we teach others too. So I am so grateful to be able to take in all the knowledge that you shared with me, and also now being able to share this freedom with my clients and with others. And to just keep reminding people, the sky isn't even the limit. If you've got a dream in your heart, it's yours for a reason, and you've got to go after it. And I think you really helped uncover um, a lot of those dreams and the skills that I had within myself, even how I was doing my coaching. I was very focused on wellness coaching and the yoga at first. And then as we went through the program, I realized, oh, I'm doing card readings. You helped me own the fact that I'm a card reader and an intuitive guide. And I feel like you helped me step out of the closet for a while, thinking,
Yeah.
oh, is this too weird? Is this too much for people? And you helped me realize and identify my ideal clients, and realizing that what I have to offer is what my clients need. And it's really helped my business grow and really help the connections that I make with others and the progress that they make in doing the card readings, doing the guidance, even infusing Reiki energy healing into it now too, has built my program to a level that I know I couldn't have done on my own.
Thank you. I think that is such a huge part of it is like pulling out your own gifts and recognizing that they are something that people will pay you for. And yeah, like owning those. Like, is it like card readings? Is that something I would really do? Like teaching people freedom, how to create more freedom in their lives. Is that something I can really do? And you now built a business out of that. And you mentioned that you finished a book while we were together in our coaching program. Such an
Yes, yes.
amazing
And
accomplishment.
I'm so thankful too for your part in it and you playing your cameo role in the book. Yeah, I released that earlier this year in February. And again, if it weren't for your program and the connections that I made with others, and shout out to Nicole Washburn too, part of your team, and her helping and her support and getting my book out there and showing me how to do it. Um, it was a calling in my heart for so long, and I kept hearing, get it out, get it out, get it out. And now not only have I been able to share my story and connect with new clients and show people, here's my path of how I went from a really dark place to healing and freedom and fulfillment. And now it's out there as an example for others to do the same. And that's just huge. And not only did getting that book out was a huge accomplishment for this year, but it also connected me with other opportunities. So actually, within the next couple of weeks, I've got a second book coming out in a collaborative effort because of getting my first book out. So now I know, like, who knew that I would be adding author to my title so soon? And let me tell you, it won't be the last one, that's for sure. Many more to come.
Yay. So, just so everyone knows, The Daisy Diaries is the name of her book, Crystal Lindquist. And let me make sure I even make a comment on that now. I want to make sure people can search for your book. Is it The Daisy Diaries or
The
Daisy
Daisy, yep, The Daisy Diaries. You can
Daisy
find it on
Diaries?
Amazon. You can find it on my website at jraywellness.com. And the bonus of buying straight from the source, I'm signing every copy ordered from my website, and I'm including an intuitively selected pocket crystal to go with your gift of
How
the book. So,
special. That's so awesome. Absolutely. I mean, just to watch you flourish and go from like a world where you really thought it should be this way, like, right, I should be living in this home, having my daughter in school, and yet and following my path and this in this career, and then I'm no longer fulfilled. And it's like you had the courage to leave, before I know we talked before that. You saw that I had left my corporate career, and then you left yours, and we reconnected. And it does take a lot of courage, but it's it's hard to recognize that you can take some of those crazy, awesome dream life steps without someone saying, "What about this idea?" What
right.
about, can you? Yeah.
And one of the main thing I really owe so much gratitude for you is that you always boosted my confidence. You're always, in a world where so many people, out of their fear and their own concern, oh my gosh, are you really going to do this? Do you really think you can? And you were like my number one cheerleader on the way, like, yes, of course you can. How could you do anything else? And you always lit that fire under me to keep me going and keep pushing me forward, even in the moments that I wanted to hesitate and back down. And having that support and that accountability and that reassurance of your confidence of, yes, this is your path. I mean, I think we all need to have, a source of support like that in our lives, no matter what's going on. And not to mention the growth in my business life, though. I love how you also influenced, me to focus on my love life too, and the huge steps we took in that. I owe you my thanks, and gratitude for that too. So not only how much growth I made in my business, but in my personal life was just, I couldn't have planned this better myself. You can't, I'm always joking that you can't make this stuff up the way, the magic works in your life when you allow yourself to trust your truth and keep stepping forward and letting the universe unfold, its perfect plan for you. So now I sit here in a beautiful, loving relationship, over a year later, thanks to Tara encouraging me to go out there and to
Aw.
focus on all aspects of my life and not just, business and career.
It wasn't just me, you had something to do with it too, but thank you for that. And how long had you been single before that?
Oh gosh, the better part of a decade. I mean, most of my daughter's life, I've essentially been a single mom from the beginning, and I dug my heels into my independent ways, not wanting to depend on anyone else, and I'll do it myself. And you definitely helped me break down, those old barriers. And now here I am in a happy relationship, and couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, and how did it happen? So you said I helped you break down those barriers because people are probably wondering, they're like, "How do I do this?" How did you go from a decade pretty much of being a single mom and, like, living a certain way in a career, in a home, in a place that, you weren't in love with, to even, like, now you're, like, in this loving partnership, and I know you both have, like, the same places in life. It's so amazing, but how could I have helped with that? What happened?
Gosh,
I
well,
remember.
let's see. You telling me to just go out there and try a dating app while I was on the road. And I thought it was the scariest thing ever. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll give it a shot. On the move. It was a scary experience, but lo and behold, even with the detours we took on our trip, he popped up
Yeah.
on a dating app. Who knew? It is absolutely possible. You just gotta, I think, just putting that trust and knowing and sending those desires out to the universe. Yes, I'm ready for that person. I think it's came first with learning how to love myself as I am and
Yes.
learning and truly knowing I don't have to do this all on my own. There is a person out there that's, my equal, my partner. And that's how I introduce him, not just my boyfriend. This is my partner, a life partner that I can go through life's challenges together with instead of thinking I have to conquer this all on my own.
How beautiful. That's such an inspiration to anyone in partnership or in relationship. But
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think you can, like, get on the app and say I'm ready and it just happens. I think you have to do that inner work and healing and removing those barriers, knowing how to love yourself, then it creates this new opportunity to love others and to be ready for that. Like, only when you're ready does it come to your life. And I remember that moment for you. I had been working with you, I don't know, 6 months or so, or maybe 8 or something. And I said, Krista, it's time for you to start dating again. And you were like, what? Really? I don't know. Really? Well, maybe. Maybe.
Right. Oh,
And
I was in
now,
denial for so long. Like, no, I've been in my fast lane of just focusing on
oh,
career, my daughter, and being so consumed by that and just in denial that, like, oh, it could be time. And I think you really helped me break down my own barriers and my own beliefs around men and what relationships could be. And that was the final turning point of doing that inner work to recognize how I was manifesting, these situations that kept confirming my beliefs, that there's no one good out there, men are pigs and what have you. And I certainly manifested some of that, and just in conversations through that app until I finally realized, no, what is my role in this? What do I want my beliefs to be around manifesting a relationship? It's like I flipped that switch, he popped up literally within days. So
I I
again,
think
that inner work.
oh, totally. Whatever you believe, you can find evidence of it. If you want
Absolutely.
to find, yeah, like there's a sign I always, teach. You've probably heard me share it, like just for anyone watching too, though, there's a scientist in your brain that's out there collecting evidence. And if you want to go out there and say, men are, jerks, whatever, you will find men that do
Yeah,
jerky behavior because you're looking for it. If you want to find a man that's amazing and a beautiful, caring partner, then you look for that kind of quality. And just like you might say, I want to, life is beautiful or life sucks. You will find evidence to prove that true. People are good. People can't be trusted. Go find evidence. Business success. I think it's the same thing. Is it possible to create your own soul calling business or live on the road? Like, you don't know unless you start saying, I'm going to believe it is. And then I'll find evidence to support that.
exactly. It
So it's just
is
really powerful
totally
that you've
that
done.
mindset shift. Yeah, and now that's really what I go and teach
Mindset's big.
people to do, to do that inner work and shift those inner beliefs so that you can project, this positive intention out into the universe and expect it. Go find the evidence of the positive things you want in your life. And I love that. I mean, my life is just an example of it. And now I'm just on a mission to go out there and share it and show other people how to do it too. And I owe so much to you in just helping me build that confidence and break down those barriers in my own life.
And barriers is a really powerful word because a barrier really does block us from whatever we actually want to create in our lives. And confidence and mindset, like they're everything, because you said there were those times that you want to back down. And like looking back, like what would have happened if you would have just listened to that voice within telling you, maybe I can't. It's time to back down. This is too much. This is a little too
Right.
crazy, right? Like
If I
life
did that,
would
I
be in a
probably would
different
have had to
place.
quit. Yeah, might not be still doing what I am doing today. I wouldn't have built my business to this point. I probably, who knows, I could have quit and changed, went back to the corporate world, back to something that many want to think is easier, to work for someone else. But no, you broke me past those barriers of the times of like, oh no, I don't think I can do it. I can do it. And now here I am, like, of course, this is what I was dreaming of. Now I'm living it. And there is no other option. I knew this was my path. You just need to find the right people on the way to help boost you up and shine some light on your path to get through, you know, those hurdles of that inner resistance until we shift those beliefs and you know, knowing your own truth to your core to the point, of course, there is nothing else I could do. This is in my heart. It's made for me, and I'm going to go get it. And man, building that confidence, it's not easy, but it's possible. Absolutely possible.
Well, and it's life changing. I mean,
Oh,
sincerely,
definitely.
like the trajectory of your life changes forever. Not just the time that you have a coach, but like those shifts, those pivots, like that's the point of like, doing this interview with you now is saying like the rest of your life will be different as a result of the choices you make today. So be really careful with the choices you make today. And yes, having the right support system is a game changer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We all need it. We all need it. So may this be the sign for anyone out there that's been wondering, oh, can I do this? All these dreams that I keep pushing further, further, and out into the future. Find your team, find your people, reach out because there is support out there for you to get you there.
I do have an opportunity coming up for people that I do want to share. I'm going to put this on the screen as well. And that is our Art of Transformation 2-day coaching intensive. So I have quarterly workshops and events. This is, I think, our most powerful of the year. It's one of our most impactful. And if you want to go to the number 2dayswithtara.com, you can find information or sign up. Do you recall ever attending this event? I've been doing them for about 6 years.
Oh, definitely. And as soon as you mentioned it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember hanging out outside my RV in a campground, probably somewhere in sunny California, just hanging
Cool.
out, having a great time, connecting with everybody, in the program, in your mastermind program, which even just the connections you make with the other people within the group at the time that you're part of it. I mean, it's so divine. You all came together for that perfect reason. But yeah, I love that workshop for just honing in and diving into the interpersonal skills you need, and just how to carry these conversations to help your clients, dig deep and go into uncomfortable places and feel safe doing it, because that's the work that needs to be done to really set us free, to find freedom in our life and to really love ourselves. So I appreciated the practice too, going into the breakout rooms, having to practice with one another also. Like, you just can't put, a value on that. It's just so important for, to not only learn the skills, but then be held accountable to practice it too. I mean, that's where you really build the confidence.
You practice the skills, but then you also get coached yourself. So
Yes,
I think for anyone that either is curious about becoming a coach, already is a coach, or that just wants to receive coaching, we really take you through a process of how you can look at where your life's at now, where you want it to go, how you can remove what's standing in the way, and how you can turn this into a business if you're interested. So 2dayswithtara.com is the event coming up that we'd love for you to join us. And um, and looking at Krista, you are such an inspiration. And I just think you can never underestimate what a dose of inspiration does for other people. So when you are making these shifts in yourself, you tend to make an impact on those around you. And like, that's just one of those things.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It is. I'm always telling my clients and others that it's that ripple effect. When you start putting you first and focusing on how you feel and loving yourself and prioritizing yourself and your dreams, no matter what, it's going to ripple out and positively affect everyone around you. And that's what I'm here for. I think that's what a lot of us are here for, right? To heal ourselves and help others heal and make this world a better place. So again, it is.
Absolutely. What if we put all of our collective energy into making the world a better place?
Yeah,
I believe it really starts with the individual. Like we create
definitely.
healing on this planet when we create healing within ourselves. We create improvement on this planet when we create improvement within ourselves. So, it's taking a step forward in any way that supports you in life and becoming your best version of you is really not a selfish act. It's really a giving act. I mean, I believe.
Absolutely.
And as
Yes.
moms and single moms, important to know that. Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
What more
Well,
would we want to teach our children than to put themselves first, love themselves, and
yeah.
live the life of their dreams? And how awesome that they can learn that by watching us do it too.
What is, just as we're starting to close down, what would you want anyone to know about like working with the Transformation Terra team or tribe, I like to say? Is there anything you'd want people to like be aware of, or yeah, just any advice you'd want to give someone or what you'd want to let them know about working with us?
Oh gosh, where to begin? I mean, to talk about, yeah, you saying the tribe. I had mentioned, just the group of people, no matter what time that you join, I always trust that any gathering, those people are coming together, at the divine time. You need to make those connections. And I'm still great friends and still work with a number of the women that were in the mastermind when I joined. We still stay connected and support each other through our businesses. And the support between, meetings with you and Carmen, oh my gosh, on building our confidence, again, holding us accountable to move forward. I really, especially at the time I was there, and I know anybody joining, you're going to be called and join at the time you need it most. It's always divine timing, but I really needed that boost of confidence and to look forward to those calls, to connect, with you one-on-one, to connect with the group calls. I really looked forward to that every week, because that's what, filled my soul and kept
Mhm.
refueling me to keep going on my own. And talk about the in-person experiences too. It's so beautiful being able to connect online from wherever we are, but if you get a chance to join in on a retreat or a live event, nothing beats the magic of getting, inspired, beautiful people together, with common intentions and bringing them together in the same space. Just gives me the chills thinking about it. And I will carry
Yeah.
those memories with me forever. They were some of the most transformational moments of my life that brought me here
Oh,
today.
wow. That's so beautiful. I just want everyone to know I'm not paying her to do all that. You're so You're so awesome. I can't ask for any more positive feedback. That's just, well, you have
Yeah.
done so much. And I just love your beautiful energy and attitude about your life. Whenever I see you or connect with you now, I could just tell you're just like lit up from the inside out and just, you've just stepped into such an authentic, beautiful, genuine version of you. And you're creating all this
Yes.
goodness around you.
Authentic. Authentic for sure. You really helped me step into my truth and own it and share it with the world fearlessly, which I was doubting, when we have our circles of influence, our life, our family, or, our surroundings, our general environment that is may have wanted to shape us in a certain way. It can be really hard to break out of that mold and be like, oh, wait, well, I'm not really that of what other people may think I am. I'm really this, but how do I, what will they think if I suddenly come out this way? And you really helped me get past that and just own it and love it. Again, the confidence. Um, you just can't put a measure on how much of an
Mhm.
impact that makes. And so, of course, like this, none of this is scripted. This is all just speaking from the heart. I couldn't make this up. I couldn't tell you what I said 2 minutes ago, but it's all coming straight out from the heart. And that's what
I
it's
love
all
that.
about.
Well, as far as the authentic self and I think it's a layer that you shed of an identity
Definitely.
that is like who you thought you were, or who your family sees you as, and who your friends grew up with or something, or school, or who knows, people in your current family or your family that, like your parents and grandparents. And it's really scary to like let out something that you don't know if they'll accept. You don't know if it's like, will they still love me like this? Are they going to still be proud of me? Are they going to be disappointed in me or think I'm weird and crazy? And they might, but it turns out that they love you anyway. Like
Yeah,
you get
that
to
is
be
exactly.
you and follow your heart and still be loved.
And
And
that's funny, like, that's exactly the story of the Daisy Diaries, is essentially how, going through some bizarre tragedies and trauma and, being felt like I was kind of put in a box of, oh, here's who I am and what I should be. And really, it's the story of how I slowly shed those layers away. And for anybody curious, too, I mean, it goes into detail about our work together and how that really transformed and brought us to the happy ending that even I was surprised by with the end of the book. So, um, gosh, if you need an example of how you can shed those layers and step into your truth, it's a divine one. And I'm excited, to be able to share a little snippet of our work together in
yeah,
that book too.
you're so awesome, and I'm so grateful that you did trust me to join you on your journey and be a part of it and watch you grow and flourish and to like this amazing book, and thank you for having me in it. And yeah, it's just been such a special connection that we were able to form in the work together because you do such deep work together. And I know you said you connected so deeply with mastermind members, the other women,
Definitely.
and it's true, like those connections don't happen in our day-to-day world. There's people you know for 20 years, but you would never share with them what we share in our masterminds, like what really happened, what's really going on in our heart and soul, where our real pain is and where our real dreams and hopes are. And that is a different kind of a bonding connection, I think, than what you
Oh,
get
definitely.
in the
Definitely.
world.
Because you already know, like coming into that space as you get to know people, you realize that you all have a common goal in owning, loving your truth, and sharing something special with the world to help us all heal. So being able to come to that space with that intention, it made it so easy to let the guard down and be open. And it felt so good. I loved getting on the group calls and just, it doesn't matter again, like what comes out of my mouth or what I have to share, because everyone's going to be so supportive and receptive and bounce some brilliant
They
ideas off
do. They
with
do.
it
They're
too.
amazing women. And you just don't, it's so sad because there's like out in the world that there's like women that pull each other down, or people, men and women both,
Yeah.
like gossip and like, like even gaslight, or just like, talk about each other and don't want to see the good. And I just feel it's such a beautiful testament to sisterhood and womanhood to watch the women in our groups just really want nothing more than to lift each other up and to come from a place of giving and support and love. And that is also so powerful to have that community behind you. I mean, I get excited about it too.
Absolutely.
I can't help myself. So, well, really awesome. So you're collaborating on a new book. What's your new project that you're working on?
So I
You ready to
was brought into this project by the first Reiki master that I worked with, Melissa. She also has a cameo in the Daisy Diaries, and we met. I was bringing her a book, a copy of the book, and I said the words, and she's like, "You need to be part of this collaborative effort." So the series is called "The Ancestors Within," and I wrote a chapter with my daughter Jalen. That's all about the birth and death that healed me and how we can share our
Wow.
healing connections with ancestors of the future. It's all about,
Yes.
how I connect with my past loved ones and my ancestors, and how I've discovered the healing that I need is actually the healing my ancestors need, and that my daughter actually came in to teach me so much and help me heal. And now we've got this beautiful connection connecting with our loved ones and ancestors together. So we can, break the chains of ancestral pain and trauma. We're breaking it in this generation now and passing it on, not only doing the healing for ourselves, for our past ancestors, but learning how to pass that on to the future. It's so important. And there's, I think, 24 other amazing authors within this book. Everyone shares their unique stories and a specific tool that you can use to connect and honor your ancestors and your connections with them. So that'll be coming up out in September. If anyone's interested, we are sending out an advanced reader copy for those that can read a digital copy of it for free in exchange for reviews. The deadline is in a couple days, so you could shoot me an email or contact me through my website to get on that list, because the advanced reader will be going out on September 1st. So
That's
we're literally
amazing.
days away from this release.
So there's so much I could say about this. First of all, I love the new project. I literally had goosebumps on my arms because I just believe that my daughter came into my life as my guru and really my spiritual teacher and my spiritual partner. And it's really beautiful that you have that sharing with her. And then thinking of our ancestors, our mothers, grandmothers, and great grandmothers and beyond, and how they had an impact on not only bringing us life, but who we are today. And we carry so much of their gifts, but we also carry their pain. And I love that you're, sharing this. And then the other part of it I wanted to comment on is that, and if you wouldn't have stepped into your truth, if you wouldn't have stepped into your purpose, and maybe if you wouldn't have taken the risk of, investing in yourself and having a coach, would this opportunity be in front of you now? Like, we don't know.
No, I really don't think so, honestly, because I don't know if I would have finished my book. Um, and that's really what brought to, everything just kind of fell into my lap from there. So no, I don't think I would be where I am today. I can say really confidently that no, I would not be, because it was such a struggle on my own. And
Yeah.
now, gosh, now I have a host of coaches, mentors, supporters, partners in my life, when for the longest time I was running solo, thinking I had to be Miss Independent, do it all myself, and burning myself out. And I could have only done that for so much longer. So us meeting, us connecting, working together came at the divine time.
I think that's something I want to share with anyone watching. Like, you don't even know what opportunities are ahead for you, but spirit has ideas beyond yours. There is more in store for you when you step into your purpose, when you step into your truth, your authentic self. Like, opportunities come to you that you can't possibly plan for. And I love that that is unfolding for you in your life now. That's so awesome and inspiring again. So,
It's actually, the magic of life. I love it. Some people, get nervous about just letting things unfold. Man, leaning back and trusting the universe and letting things fall into place
oh
for you,
yeah.
setting those desires, that's when life gets really fun
It's a
and
key to
magical.
happiness. It is magic.
It
The key
really
to
is.
like, it is a key to a more fulfilled life is like that leaning back and finding that surrender and
Yes.
allowing life to come to you and be while you're true to who you are and like stepping into your power and purpose. So I will wrap up. I just want to thank you for being here, sharing this amazing information, inspiring others. And I want to thank you for being you and stepping into your authentic genuine self, into your power and your purpose, because you are a gift to everyone that meets you, sees you, and is able to work with you. So thank you. I'm so happy that our journeys crossed and we were able to share.
Yes, thank you so much. I just thank you for everything and the support, all that we've already talked about. And I'm excited to, stay connected with you and see what
Of
other
course,
fun connections and crossings we have in our future.
I'm sure there's more.
Oh, yes, I
Tune
can't
in,
wait to find
everyone.
out.
Okay.
Right. Stay
Okay.
tuned.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for having me, Tara.
Thanks, Krista.